politics are in there for sure, and the NFL don't seem to mind that. I think.
Do you think halftime show is more important than the game sometimes?
It's a lot more than just football. You know, it's political, it's cultural. It gives you a sense of the economy in America as well. This is a time for channels to say, we're back, baby. People are watching us. They're not streaming. You know, they're watching us. And there's an appointment viewing right there. So nowadays, with the way streaming and television has gone, to get your ad onto a program that's going to be watched by 130 million people is a huge opportunity.
Super Bowl is one of the biggest events on earth.
That's right.
Does it matter actually in different countries?
Is that what we're talking about today?
Yes, we are talking about Super Bowl today.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Do we care about Super Bowl?
I do, but I'm sure many people watching don't, and I'd probably be interested to talk about it as to find out why I like it and why people in Ireland and Europe and all that mightn't like it. But there is a growing amount of people around this side of the world that do follow it really closely and really enjoy American football, NFL. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about that. That's a good one.
Yeah, I have never lived in America. You have.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you why it's so important. Why Americans, they treat it as a national holiday.
Oh, it's a whole thing. Tomorrow is the day for the Super Bowl, and you've got the Patriots and the Seahawks. They're going to be facing off against each other. And in America, it is just a huge deal. Even if people aren't that much into football, they'll stop and watch the Super Bowl. It's a big deal tomorrow. And over this side of the pond in Ireland, there'll be loads of Irish people watching it as well, and in the UK and across Europe as well. I suppose it helps that the NFL have opened up the game to new audiences over the last decade or so. I mean, even in Ireland, in Dublin, recently, or coming up. It's either recently or coming up. Either way, each year there's a game that is a major important game, and they play it across in Ireland, and it counts in America. So they're aware of the growing market and the growing interest that's here. But that said, the audience they're expecting tomorrow will be around 130 million people, and you contrast that with the World Cup. And a World Cup final can bring in 1.5 billion people. So it's not quite at the worldwide popularity that soccer or football, as we would call it, finds itself. But it's still pretty huge. And of course, it's so much crack. I mean, if you've ever watched the Super Bowl, it's just so American. It's the most American thing in the world.
Really?
Oh yeah, you've got all the fanfare at the start, then you've got the game itself, you've got all the amazing commercials. People wait around just to watch the Super Bowl commercials. That's
I have some questions about this too.
Yeah. It's a huge, like the Super Bowl has to be tackled in a few ways. So you look at one, of course, the sport itself, the football, the teams that are involved. Then you look at the advertising and what's going on with that. And of course, the betting markets and, you know, that whole world. And then you've got the halftime show. That's always the one that people love to talk about, because you don't have to be a football fan to have an opinion on a halftime show, do you? So
that's the only thing I know.
Yeah. So it's America at its most Americaist. So it's fascinating to watch, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be on pretty late in Ireland tomorrow. I think coverage starts about 11:30 in the evening, and it goes on till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be sitting up at that.
Okay, if you had to explain Super Bowl to someone who is not American, what is it really about? Is it about sport? Is it about something else?
It's what I just said. It's literally about everything that's America. So it's one of the most popular sports in America. Maybe the most popular is between that and baseball. Baseball is America's pastime, they say, but NFL is just enormous. So it's going to be a very special night. It always is. And if you haven't seen a Super Bowl before, it is what I just said. It's the most American thing you'll ever see in your life. It's full on patriotism. It's unbelievable, and it's great crack, and it's a spectacle. That's for sure.
You grew up in America. Mm-hmm. What did Super Bowl Sunday feel like when you were a kid?
It was so cool. It was so cool. I had formative years growing up in the States, so when we moved to Ireland, I was already indoctrinated in American football and baseball and WWE and all the American stuff. So I kind of kept an eye on it. But of course, we came here in the late 80s, and it was tough to find American football over here. Of course, it was before, you know, digital television and streaming and all that sort of stuff. So you'd get a Super Bowl, but you'd get it on Channel 4. It was the only channel, I think, that was showing it in the UK and Ireland. So we were allowed, me and my brother, stay up late on that one Sunday of the year, even though we had school the next day. We were allowed to stay up to watch a bit of the Super Bowl. And it was just brilliant. And it was such a small amount of people over this side of the world that were interested in the NFL that Channel 4 just showed it as a kind of just a thing they would show just on the television, and nobody would watch it apart from a select few. But you then come to 2026 and it's absolutely huge. It's shown on terrestrial television. It's also shown on the sports channels over here, the digital sports channels. And you've got other people that sign up for NFL subscriptions. They stream it. So it's a totally different world than it was 25 years ago. And it's funny, over the last, 10 to 15 years, I'd say, I keep coming across a new generation of Irish people that are really into it and they follow it way more than I do. I'm a very casual fan. I might catch a game here or there when the season is running, and then I'll watch the Super Bowl. So for me, I'm very casual when it comes to American football, but it's a brilliant sport.
And do you think it's overrated? For example, if this was happening in another country, do you think Americans would care again?
Would Americans care? Well, they would, yeah, because it's American football. Is it underrated? I think it's misunderstood for an awful lot of people. So a lot of people over this side of the world will compare it to rugby. And I can see the comparisons for sure. But what they fail to realize, I mean, the old trope is always like, oh, rugby players, they don't have any padding or helmets and they go out and they're rough and tumble and all that. Yeah, fine, whatever. But what they don't really factor in is that American football is really fast and it's hard hitting. And if these guys didn't wear the protection, they could really hurt themselves seriously or kill themselves. That's how fast it's played, and it's like rugby, but it's different. I mean, a rugby player would find it difficult to play American football. I think he might be surprised at how rough it can get out there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rough game.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
And why do you think Americans care so much to Super Bowl?
Well, it's just part of their tradition, and
But,
Americans love
but the
tradition.
world doesn't. Like, why?
Well, it's their sport, so they do this with the World Series and stuff. It's not really the world, it's just America. But, America's a massive country,
It's enough.
It's
They don't need the other people, other
listen,
countries.
I mean, when I was growing up, the kids, friends of mine, they didn't have a passport because they didn't need it, in the sense that if their family wanted to go skiing, they could go skiing within the American borders. If they wanted sunshine, they could go and find that as well. If they wanted to hike, if whatever they wanted, it's all there in America. So
It's like a big Europe.
yeah, it's bigger than Europe, and it's got everything on offer. So you could get through your whole life, not leaving the main boundaries of America, and they just love their American football. But it's the same. I mean, you go down to Mexico or you go down to any part of Europe, and they're passionate about soccer. I think every culture has their sport.
Why do you think Americans watch Super Bowl ads like it's movie premiere?
Well, the ads are amazing. I mean, they're just amazing, and they're so important, even for like nowadays with the way streaming and television has gone. To get your ad onto a program that's going to be watched by 130 million people is a huge opportunity, and you have to pay the money for it. This year is going to be interesting in the sense that a lot of the ads have been bought. All the ad space has been bought up by AI companies, and I think it's something like $8 million for 30 seconds. And so you're going to see an awful lot of AI ads
Well,
this
that's going to
year.
affect the stock market, maybe.
And it will. Of course, yeah, it does affect the stock market. The Super Bowl is an indicator of an awful lot of things, in the sense that as well, the industries in America, they will put a lot of money on the line just to get their product out there in front of people. So it gives you an indication of where the culture is going and the things that people want and the products and
That's
services people are
interesting.
looking for.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a really interesting eye into what's happening in America. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that. The ads are brilliant. And of course, you don't, like in the old days, you used to miss the ads and you never got to see them again. But now they'll be all over YouTube, the
Yeah.
next day. So you'll see the ads for sure. But big money goes into them. Big money. Because you've a captive audience. And it's something that I've worked in television for years, and radio as well. But in terms of television, it is a dying medium, the traditional terrestrial television. So the things that are doing very, very well in the current climate are live events like the Super Bowl, like WrestleMania for the WWE, like soccer, the World Cup. We see it now with the Winter Olympics. This is a time for channels to say, we're back, baby. People are watching us. They're not streaming, they're watching us. And there's an appointment viewing right there. So they get to make an awful lot of money at this time of year with all these events that are happening. And that's fascinating in itself. This is the thing about the Super Bowl that I think is really, really interesting is that it's a lot more than just football. You know, it's political, it's cultural. It gives you a sense of the economy in America as well. You know where it's at and where it's going. It's got all the stuff you're looking for. It's pure entertainment.
Do you think everyone is going to be there? Everyone.
Well, it's funny you say that because the Taylor Swift effect. We remember that from a couple of years ago. Her future husband, boyfriend. I'm not sure. I don't keep up with Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm a little bit old for that. She's good music, but she was turning up to NFL games, and it was bringing a load of new eyes to the product, and the NFL loves doing that. They love getting new audiences in to watch the Super Bowl. I mean, we see this year with the halftime show, for example, is Bad Bunny, and that's controversial for other reasons I'm sure we're going to get into. But aside from that, they're really reaching out to the Latino audience with Bad Bunny, you know, so casual people that may or may not watch American football, they'll tune in to watch the halftime show. You know, they're going to tune in for that. So it's got a little bit of everything for everyone.
Do you think halftime show is more important than the game sometimes?
It is for an awful lot of people, yeah. For people who don't like football, they'll watch the halftime show. And then you've also got political skullduggery going on, as usual, where it always turns political. Even a halftime show. You can't have a Super Bowl without politics coming into it. It used to be like that, but it is now. We had all that stuff with Colin Kaepernick years ago, the Black Lives Matter, and then now you've got Bad Bunny and his recent Grammys speech where, you know, he spoke out against ICE and, you know, the political climate at the moment. So politics are in there, for sure. And the NFL don't seem to mind that. I think an awful lot of people in America would prefer if it wasn't that way. They just want to switch off and watch the game and just enjoy the sport. But we don't live in that world anymore. So that's it. So the Super Bowl is going to be interesting tomorrow night. And every year the halftime show is a big, big deal. You've got like the politics I just mentioned, but you've also got a lot of people want to see their favourite artist doing the halftime show. Bad Bunny is fine for people who like Bad Bunny. But there's many people who would like it to go back to the old ways with the rock and roll, you know, the years where you had like U2 did a brilliant
Metallica would be
halftime.
amazing.
Well, you say Metallica, this Super Bowl is in their area. It's in the Bay Area in San Francisco, and they are very obviously famous in the Bay Area. And people would love to see, you know, the hometown legends play the Super Bowl halftime show. I think a lot of people in the world would love to see Metallica. I think Metallica are the most talked about act that haven't done a Super Bowl yet, and people would love to see it because their music is used throughout the season on some of the games. Enter Sandman as always plays, so there's a link there. It's just the NFL have never, you know, gone ahead with it, and it's a shame because I'd love to see Metallica.
Maybe they're asking for a lot of money.
Well, no, well maybe. I mean, sure, everybody's looking for a lot of money, I guess, to do the halftime show. But it's just the direction the NFL decided to go in. Years ago, it used to be rock acts. That was all you really got at the halftime show, and big pop acts like Prince and people like that. But now it's gone a little bit more pop music, and there's a tinge of politics in there as well. But that's America in 2026. What can I say?
Okay.
But can I just say, the halftime show, it doesn't matter who does it. It's always pretty damn cool. I mean, it's a big production. You know, you could get Lily up there to do the halftime show, and you know, you stick $80 million behind her, she'll look like a superstar.
She already looks.
She is a little superstar. She's amazing.
No. Okay, if you remove the ads, celebrities, and halftime show and everything, do you think people are gonna still watch that?
Well, people who love football, yeah. And
Only-
like that's what it kind of used to be. It used to be a lot less show busy. But the game is always really good because they really want to win, obviously. That Super Bowl ring that you get is stuff of legend. So these guys are going out there and they're going to leave it all on the field because it's America. We got to win, you know, all this stuff. So if all the other stuff wasn't there, I'm sure they wouldn't get 130 million people, but they definitely get nearly 100, I'd say.
Okay, let's go back to the outside of America. How do you think people are going to watch that? Like,
Yeah.
which countries, for example, like,
Well,
all
like-
Europe is going to watch like America? Or?
It's shown all around the world now, and the NFL does play games in lots of different countries, not just in Ireland. They'll go to London as well. They'll do big games in London. So they're growing their market share. They're growing the brand recognition because they realize the value of live events. and they want to go global. So they're working on it bit by bit, and they're doing a pretty good job because, as I said, like back when I was a kid, nobody in Ireland had any interest in American football. The most they were exposed to American football was in movies. That was about it. But now you've got you would have seen it when you were growing up, and you probably thought, "What is this thing that they're doing? This doesn't look like football." But now it's on all the time. It's accessible all the time, and it has a passionate fan base all across Europe and other parts of the world. But I only know really how Europe is doing. Like tomorrow night in Dublin, there will be parties in town. There will be pubs
Wow.
pubs staying open late for Super Bowl parties. There'll be get-togethers in people's houses. I had a couple here over the years. But years ago, I had friends up, and we'd have chicken wings and all that business, and a couple of beers.
Yeah, it was important.
Yeah. I think that a huge attraction of the Super Bowl is that, the kind of party atmosphere and a bit of crack, and so there'll be a lot of that going on. Yeah. There'll be a lot of that going on. I'm sure NFL know the numbers. I don't know, but I can just tell you from experience, it's become way more popular in the last 10 years than it ever was.
There is a gate as well, no, in town with America, so they can actually
Oh, the window.
the window.
Oh,
Yeah,
people could wave at New York. I don't know if that's still there.
it
Yeah,
is
they used
there.
the
I have
portal.
seen it.
Oh, the portal's still
portal
there.
is still there. Yeah.
Yeah. I did a radio show and we were talking about that one night, and we had people from New York and Dublin on. It was great crack. They're good ideas then. Yeah, maybe people would be down there with their chicken wings.
If you share your opinion, which country are you from?
Yeah, let us know where you're
Yeah,
from and if you're going to be watching the Super Bowl.
important? Like, are you going to watch it, and is it important in your country? And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be loads of people. I could walk out tomorrow and I could ask 50 or 60 people if they're going to watch the Super Bowl, and it's a firm no. It's like a what? I didn't even know it was happening. And then there's the people who will know what's happening because they follow all the showbiz elements and the Bad Bunny and all that stuff. And then you'll have your diehard NFL fans. So it's definitely going global. It's just a matter of time before it gets popular. I don't think it's going to take that long either. I think they're at the point now where they can really expand and get bigger and bigger. And it's great fun. If you've never seen a Super Bowl and it's easy to watch tomorrow night, please do so. It's really good fun. And I'm looking forward to it. And I haven't really followed this season at all. So you can dip in and dip out. It's just, of course, the usual thing where people say they don't understand the rules. Well, the beauty of this year is you can have your personal AI assistant beside you and you can ask it whatever questions you want if
Yes,
you don't know what the
actually,
hell is going on.
yeah.
It's a really technical game, and there's so many different strategies and so many different plays, and they know them all, and they talk to each other, and it's really, really fascinating. People give out about all the breaks, all the commercial breaks, because you watch a soccer match, it's 45 minutes commercial, another 45 minutes, you got one break and that's it. But they do that in American football because it suits the style of the game, so it does work. So watch it, enjoy it, and comment below and let us know if you're going to watch it, and if you did watch it, did you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're going to post the video tomorrow, so
Yeah. I'll be tired on Monday, so because I'll be up late watching this one. So it'll be fun. I don't know who I'm up for. I haven't decided. So we'll see what happens.
you have T-shirts as well, no? Like,
I do have American
T-shirts.
football. Yeah, my brother actually played American football when we lived in the States, and he enjoyed it. He really enjoyed that. But I
I
remember,
didn't know
I
that.
remember him coming home with his helmet and his T-shirt and all that stuff, and he was wrecked.
like a proper American.
Oh yeah. He loved it. I was gonna end up playing it probably, only we came back to Ireland, and then I was sent to a rugby school, and I didn't play that either. So that was that. But yeah, enjoy the Super Bowl and come back and let us know if you did watch it for the first time. We'd love to know what you thought about it. And if you have any questions, don't ask me, ask AI, because I probably understand 90% of the game. There's a good 10% I've got a blind spot. But have your chicken wings and have your beer. And
I'm going to
enjoy it.
watch the half show.
You're going to watch the halftime show?
Yeah, halftime
probably the
show.
next day. She's a bit of an early bird. Yeah. I ain't going to catch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
that it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
Have a
you
great
want to say
weekend.
something?
Not really. Just enjoy the Super Bowl and have a great weekend. And like I said, come back and let us know what you thought in the comments, and give us a like and a subscribe and a follow.
Yes. If you want us to talk about something, let us know. And we have a new video every Wednesday and every Sunday. And yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.